Ruby Sierra was born on February 21st, 1993, in a dusty hospital overlooking the vineyards of Mendoza, Argentina. The power blinked out during delivery, forcing the nurses to flood the room with flashlight beams that bounced off metal bed rails and painted Ruby's first shadows on the ceiling. Her mother, a tango violinist who played sidewalk cafes for coins, stroked the newborn's cheeks and promised music would always meet her halfway. Her father, a mechanic who tuned rally cars by ear, whispered that engines teach two truths. Weight is only a number, and momentum loves anyone who leans forward. Every aunt on both sides carried hips wider than wine barrels, so the family barely sighed when Ruby split her baptism gown before the priest finished a single prayer. Abuela Maria simply unpicked the side seams, added velvet ribbon for stretch, and said extra cloth is a bargain price for extra courage. Primary school mixed grape-stained giggles with sharp-tongued jabs. Ruby stood broader and taller than her classmates, blocking the projector whenever she recited history dates. One recess, after kids joked that her shadow needed its own postal code, she borrowed foil wine bottle caps from the cafeteria trash, hammered them into little coins, and glued a jangling fringe along her uniform hem. The next morning, each step sent silver blinks across classroom walls. A substitute teacher captured 8 seconds on a flip phone and posted it to early YouTube. Overnight, 12,000 strangers applauded the girl who turned teasing into tinkling light. That afternoon, Ruby wrote her first secret line in a cracked notebook. If the room is dim, I bring mirrors. Teen evenings belonged to Vineyard Rose and Garage Grease. Off-the-rack jeans strangled her thighs, so Ruby traded engine polish for discarded barrel canvas and stitched roomy trousers with grape leaf embroidery. She snapped timer photos against rusted tractors at sunset and launched an Instagram diary named Velvet Vista. Captions switched between Argentine slang and simple English truths like curves can carry harvests. By 16, 42,000 followers waited for every golden hour post, proof faraway phones could muffle local whispers. A scholarship lifted Ruby to Barcelona's Instituto Europeo de Design. Daytime disappeared into fashion tech labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour choripan stall off La Rambla. The stall's red heat lamps doubled as stage lights. Between orders, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting sausage wrapping paper into hair bows while explaining bus dart pivot tricks in half Spanish, half Catalan. One clip, beatboxing over a sizzling grill while quick hemming a velvet blazer, shot past 900,000 plays in 2 days. Vogue España crowned her the Chori Couture queen, yet every sponsorship email capped sizes at 46. She filed them under a folder named Later Amigo. Breakthrough arrived in early 2023 when Balenciaga proposed a plus-range capsule called Uva Nocturna. Ruby countered with 3 demands: patterns up to 60-inch hips, campaign crew hired from culinary schools instead of model agencies, and 10% of profits funding rural seamstress grants. Balenciaga nodded. The shoot opened at twilight among misty Catalonian vineyards. Ruby strutting in a plum silk trench while drones poured violet light across grape leaves. When images dropped, every extended size trench sold out in 34 hours across 17 countries. Velvet Vista rocketed past 500,000 hearts. She live-streamed thanks from the Choripan Grill, still wearing a flour-dusted apron, city traffic roaring behind her. Spotlight warmth summons rumor buzz. A fitness podcaster claimed Ruby hid under industrial shapewear between takes. She answered from a dim barrel cellar, sports bra and bike shorts, stretch marks traced in crushed berry pigment. She rolled a wine barrel across the floor while quoting her father, "Engines trust torque, not silence." 10 million viewers reposted under barrel bold, painting their own lines in berry juice until the rumor tasted sour. Poria pan wages and capsule royalties birthed Sierra Silk, a whipped body butter blending Malbec seed oil, yerba mate extract, and micromica the hue of dusk. She mixed 15,000 jars inside her grandfather's garage, sealing lids with tire valve wire and tags stamped "Moisturize your momentum." Stock vanished in 85 minutes. grossing $167,000. 20% seeded Vina Voces grants industrial sewing machines and social media workshops for teenage girls in vineyard towns. 9 months later, 31 grant winners revealed capsule lines at an open-air fashion show lit by truck headlights and sung by accordionists. Barcelona Fashion Week delivered the anecdote everyone repeats. Minutes before Ruby's closing walk for Chromat, a backstage steam wand soaked her garnet mesh gown, shrinking it 3 sizes. With 90 seconds left, she grabbed spare corks from a catering tray, sliced them into discs, and laced them down both side seams. She strode the runway wearing corset lines of vineyard cork that squeaked like castanets. Photographers erupted. Vogue called it the cork concerto. Chromat re-released the gown with adjustable cork lacing, crediting her quick fix. Another 1 million followers bloomed before after-party Cava bubbled. Rumor tried again when a disgruntled ex-intern leaked email snippets suggesting Ruby demanded foamed milk foot baths. She posted full threads, rider requests for refillable water jugs, empanadas for crew, and captioned, monitors for deaf stylists. Then donated that month's affiliate revenue, $123,000, to a body positivity clinic in Mendoza. Fans echoed her vineyard mantra, receipts age better than gossip grapes. By mid-2024, Velvet Vista shimmered with 6 million Instagram allies, 3 million TikTok watchers, and 1.5 million YouTube subscribers. Engagement hovered near 9%, baffling ad matrices. Cartier tapped her for Midnight Orchard, a watch filmed under neon purple orchard lamps outside Valencia. Ruby accepted only if Cartier funded therapy scholarships for seasonal farm workers. They said yes. The ad, her silhouette swinging from a ladder, wrist catching strobe glow, became Cartier's most saved reel that quarter. Family remains rootstock. Twice a month she hosts Grill and Grace, streaming from a vineyard patio. Father strums blues riffs, mother twirls tango steps, and Ruby refashions thrift jackets while stuffing empanadas. One episode peaked at 9 million views when a goat escaped a neighboring field and tried to chew a sequin pocket. An animal rescue nonprofit now sponsors each stream, planting olive trees for every 20,000 likes. Sierra Silk revenue topped $11 million this spring. Ruby leased a decommissioned wine cooperative hall, swapped oak barrels for bamboo tables, and staffed filling lines with retired grape pickers and animation students. Each jar still sports tire wire loops tied during midday cumbia breaks. Efficiency consultants pitched plastic seals. Ruby cited her grandmother's silversmith rule: metal remembers warmth longer than glue, and kept the human touch. Mental transparency pulses through her feed. She pairs magazine-ready stills with raw Van Mirror selfies, captioned, same grape, different press. She shares free breathing tracks recorded in echoing barrel rooms and journaling prompts translated into Spanish and Catalan. A teletherapy partner now offers sliding scale sessions. 86,000 users have enrolled, many citing her candor as their first sip of calm. Community parades harvest monthly. Glow Row nights invite fans to paddle wine barrel boats along the Ebro River, wearing Sierra Silk on shoulders and glow bracelets on wrists. Ticket income expands Vina Voces labs and funds river cleaning brigades. Local tapas bars report 14% revenue bumps on row nights. Ruby captains each flotilla, blasting tango electro remixes from a waterproof speaker. Horizons widen like ripe vines. She's drafting a memoir titled Velvet Vista, slated for next autumn in 9 languages. Netflix greenlit a docuseries tracking her plan to convert abandoned wine silos into solar-lit sewing ateliers. Puma is co-designing a sneaker called Harvest Heat with wide toe boxes and reflective cork piping. 10% of sales will extend Vino Voces across Latin America. If Ruby Sierra's climb from foil fringe to cork concerto gowns poured sparkle into your own glass, tap like, smash subscribe, and tell us which moment tasted sweetest. The silver coin uniform, the berry paint drum roll, or the goat munching sequins. Your manifestor's gifts and abilities. Remember, every curve can crush doubt like ripe grapes. Every scar can catch sunset like stained glass, and the vineyard sky never asks barrels to shrink. Slip on your harvest heat kicks, not your tire wire, and let the world toast the vintage blooming in you.